There we go. I can cut the beginning section out.
Well, welcome to the FrostburgFirst annual meeting on Zoom. We are glad to have you all here, all 6 of us. So I just want to say welcome. My name is Jenny Georgeson. I am the board president for FrostburgFirst. I'm here with Deidre, our executive director, and Dana, who is our promotions and marketing extraordinaire. Coordinator. Okay. We are really excited to just talk about FrostburgFirst and all the great things that we've been able to accomplish, especially since the beginning of the pandemic. So I think we're honestly just going to jump right in. We'd like our board treasurer, Joe, to talk about the Main Street MiniGrants and grant support for businesses this past year. Oh, no, we're going to start with our vision and our mission. I did put these slides in for good reason. Downtown Frostburg is a thriving arts, cultural, and business community in the midst of Appalachian beauty, Appalachian. And our mission is to develop and foster a prosperous, vibrant, sustainable, and resilient designated Frostburg Main Street community. I think we saw that today during our fall arts walk, and so that was really exciting to see. All right, now, Joe, if you wouldn't mind jumping in for us. There you go.
I think you have to hit unmute, Joe.
Yes. Well, thank you, Jenny. And consistent with the mission of FrostburgFirst, we were able to create a COVID-19 small business recovery mini-grant program to deal with the impact of the pandemic on our Main Street community. We're able to award a total of about $130,000 in 2 rounds of mini grants that are directed to eligible small businesses within our Main Street district. Many of our local businesses had received less than $5,000 in relief prior to the mini grants, and they were struggling to pay rent, to pay utilities, payroll, typical operating expenses, etc. Several businesses also incurred expenses related to adapting to their business models to be COVID compliant. And others required funds to make that adaptation possible. The awarded funds made it possible for small businesses to keep their doors open, and that is so important. We were able to, in our last round, award 27 awards ranging from $1,500 to $6,000 to our businesses. And we're proud that as a consequence, no Frostburg small business has been forced to close permanently due to the pandemic. And of course, the mini grant funds were essential to helping downtown Frostburg small business community weather the pandemic. Our small business community still faces lots of challenges in the coming year and will be heavily reliant upon tax credits, grants, and other funding. FrostburgFirst will continue to provide resources and assistance to our small business community to do that. Thank you, Jenny.
Thank you, Joe. And thank you for serving on the mini grant committee. We also want to thank Deidre, who really went after as many grant funds as we could. And we were able to do that in large part because we are a Main Street community.
Yes.
So it's one of our great strengths as FrostburgFirst. We are the downtown organization for Frostburg and really, really trying to look out for downtown. So I want to talk a little bit about increased communication during, especially the last year and a half. That's really starting in March of 2020. So there have been several emails sent out with lists of helpful links during the COVID shutdowns as Governor Hogan began to, wow, that seems like a long time ago. But as businesses were required to shut down in phases and then seemingly overnight, there was just so much information to process, and we really appreciated how FrostburgFirst jumped in and really tried to make it digestible, all the information that was coming out so quickly and everything that was changing in just unprecedented times. The government doesn't usually act like that, and businesses had a lot to adapt to very quickly. We were also able to distribute information on timelines and deadlines for specific grant funds, including our own mini grant program. So there was a really quick application turnaround, I feel like. We had a lot of applications come in quickly, and we're able to process the requests and get grant funds out as soon as the check came to us. So, which was really great to see that money well spent. Also, we have FrostburgFirst is well known in the business community for marketing and promotions and for providing that kind of support. I think we were well known before the pandemic, but now especially with Dana working full time on marketing and communications, we were able to really help a lot of businesses who were interested kind of just take that step to pivot online as quickly as possible with the resources that were available. We also continually seek to share opportunities to open new businesses. Deidre, do you mind explaining just the Restore grant?
Yeah, so the Project Restore grant is being implemented through the Department of Housing and Community Development. Sorry, too many acronyms there, through the state. And it provides essentially two different things. There's rental assistance for up to a year. And then there is also some operational assistance available for new businesses or existing businesses who are expanding. So we were able to help at least 7 local new businesses or existing businesses apply for that grant, which ended yesterday. And so we're very hopeful that some of those will at least be approved, and we may be able to see some new businesses coming into Frostburg as a result.
Yeah, which is really exciting. We're really excited to get some new businesses going during this difficult time. And then also offering safe community events during the pandemic. Along with every other small business and nonprofit, we were forced to cancel most in-person activities, but we were able to do some hybrid events that Deidre and Dana got really creative with, and we're able to still promote local businesses, and it just really helped help people be hopeful during that time. That was a real struggle, and today I feel like was a giant success, just seeing people out and about, but also safe and willing to explore new businesses downtown and old favorites alike. So, all right, all right. I'm gonna have Deidre talk about city beautification projects.
Yeah, so just to jump in here, during the pandemic, we actually managed to complete our affiliation process with Keep America Beautiful, which is part of what we were required to do as a Main Street organization for Maryland. And so as a part of that, we continue to assist with Beautify the Burg every year and other cleanup events. We also, I sit on the Green Team Committee with the City of Frostburg, along with LJ Bennett from the city, and who's also on our board. And there you can see in the picture, just yesterday, we held one of our first actual cleanup events in downtown Frostburg. We had some volunteers from Frostburg State University who came and did clean up downtown before Arts Walk. So that was really positive. We also, as sort of the managing entity for the Arts and Entertainment District, try to do as much work with public art as possible. So you see there on the left, the statues that we had installed last year, and then were also painted by an internationally known muralist, Jules Muck. And that was a great project that came to us primarily because people followed us on social media and knew that we were very active with the arts community here. And so that was a project that really came to us, and that was great. We also recently worked with Michael Snyder, who's a photographer from the area, but who worked on the Mountain Traditions Project, and also with the city of Frostburg, to display his photographs of local business owners, local residents, and community members who were featured as part of the Mountain Traditions Project. And that's something that will continue on as a rotating public art project. And so those are just a few of the projects that we're involved with that involve city beautification. And we have additional plans for the future we're very excited about.
All right, thank you. We love seeing Frostburg beautified. All right, Dana, we're gonna have Dana talk a little bit about Pig Out in the Park, our kind of signature event is FrostburgFirst, and also the Birdbox program that we started within the last year. All right, thank you.
Pig Out in the Park started in 2017, and this year was our 3rd annual event in August because we were not able to hold the event in 2020 due to the pandemic. So we're really excited to get back out there in August. It's a unique event in that most of our signature events occur downtown, actually on Main Street, and encouraging people to get inside the businesses. But this event happens up in Hoffman Hollow Park, a little outside of the downtown district, but it is our singular major fundraiser that we try to hold every year. And it's really successful, and it's one of those things that helps us to be able to facilitate the grant programs. It helps us to be able to facilitate some of the, boosts in marketing and the costs for some of our other signature events. So it's really nice, and it's an event that actually brings people from a huge distance. We have competitors in the barbecue competition portion of the event that come from all over the East Coast, and we have tourists that look for an event like this that will come from hours away just to attend it. So I think it showcases Frostburg a lot to people that might not come across it otherwise, because they're looking for a major event like this one, and it's so unique for our region. And the Birdbox program, we kind of always have had this dream of having a downtown Frostburg gift certificate program, and the pandemic sort of pushed us into really trying to see how we could do that, because it became a thing with all the businesses being shut down that there was a lot of focus on gift cards and how can we support our downtown businesses when we can't physically go into them, or we have to order online and things like that. And so we wanted to have a gift card that could also just help all of our businesses at once. So we partnered with the Somerset Trust Bank. As they were coming in, they actually opened their 2 branches during the pandemic, and they were able to help us come up with this program that our businesses had to sign up for. And people pay, they buy the gift cards, we give them the gift certificates, they use them at the businesses, and then they get reimbursed back from Somerset Trust. And so it's been working out really well. We've had a lot of businesses buying them for Christmas bonuses and birthday gifts, and it's just a way to support all of your businesses at once and make something that's usable in all of downtown Frostburg.
Thank you. Thank you. And I love Birdbox because there's just so much potential. we can just, they're like the perfect holiday gift. So, well, we're going to move on to the recognition portion of our program. I want to start by giving such a huge thank you to Deidre and Dana. I'm going to try not to laugh or cry too much, whatever. So I just want to share three specific examples of people who have personally told me how much they love working with you. So first, when I went to Pig Out the night before the huge program, the competitors, the barbecue competitors were saying, we love coming to this event. You guys are so great to work with. And they've heard about you like from, around the region, not just, in Frostburg. So that was really special to hear from them. Like, hey, we love you guys. We love FrostburgFirst. And then also next, we held our inaugural advisory committee meeting, and we had 2 local artists join us, Elijah and Marley. And they both just said, you have been so helpful in every single thing they've been trying to do. And they also were like, Deidre just told us to come, so we came because we knew it would be a good experience. So we really, really appreciate that. And then today, I was able to meet our intern, Jay, and he just like gushed, just like, I love working with them. This is such a great experience. And he loves Frostburg. He loves FrostburgFirst now. He's like, he didn't even know it was a thing, but and to have that kind of reaction for an intern is pretty amazing. So Also, additionally, the board loves working with you, and we're just really excited to have such motivated workers and dedicated to, we know you're dedicated to Frostburg and to not just this organization, but to the people and to the community. And so, thank you.
Thank you. It's a genuine joy.
Yeah. All right. Let's see if Meg is maybe trying to get in. Let's see. Okay, that's all right. She's had a long day, so we'll see. I also want to thank the FrostburgFirst board and everyone who has served faithfully on the board. It was a kind of a quick transition to me becoming president in August. And there's been such warmth and such outreach, and I just feel like part of the community as serving on the board. And I really appreciate all of the mentoring and the friendships and the experience shared on the board. So I do want to say that we do have a token of appreciation for each board member at our next meeting. We're working on that, but I just want to say thank you to everyone, and specifically to the Pig Out in the Park committee. This was led by Diana, and it was her last year serving on this committee, and she has been a faithful president of the board for, I believe, 3 years previous. Really led FrostburgFirst through some turbulent times with, especially during this pandemic. And so we want to just kind of give a shout out and a great big thank you to Diana and to all the other committee members who made this huge fundraising event so special. Even when we didn't know if it was going to rain, that it did rain, but not all day, but just so many little details need to be coordinated, as well as the overarching, like the big picture. So we really appreciate that committee and working all the hard work of so many people that you don't see because it's all behind the scenes. And so, all right, that's our recognition. And now I guess we got a drum roll. We're going to introduce our investment campaign. Woohoo! So for those of you who are new to FrostburgFirst, we are the downtown organization and the Main Street organization in Frostburg. And previously we have had a membership structure, and we've had various levels of membership and kind of different things committed to each level of membership. We really want to change both we really want to change the feeling and the explanation of that into what it really is, and what the memberships are investing in Frostburg. And so, again, our mission as FrostburgFirst is to develop and foster a prosperous, vibrant, sustainable, and resilient designated Frostburg Main Street community. I'll have Deidre talk in just a little bit about what your investment helps us do. But we're trying to make it also just really, really easy to understand, and to know that your dollars go directly to supporting programs like the Frostburg Arts Walk that we saw today, and we thought was really successful. And we had people coming up and saying, hey, thank you for hosting. Thank you for doing this. That's the kind of thing we love. And we have business owners and community members and volunteers. We interact with so many people. And we just really want to make FrostburgFirst even more robust and more able to give back to the community. And that's only possible through everyone investing back into FrostburgFirst. So, all right. Let you talk.
Yeah, so investing in the program itself versus looking at it as, there's been some confusion in past years, I think, about what the function of FrostburgFirst really is. There are some people who for a while thought we worked for, like that we were a department from the city, or that we were a marketing firm, or in just events planning, and in reality, we are quite a number of those things on our own. And so we are an individual nonprofit organization. Every investment or donation to the organization is tax deductible. And so those donations and that investment goes toward, both assisting us to conduct our regular operations, which means that we get to have a functional Main Street program, which, I think just the past year alone has demonstrated the importance of having a program like this. we were talking about grant funds. A lot of the grant funds that we were able to get, especially the one that we were able to use for the small business recovery mini grants, we were only able to access because we were a designated Main Street program. Also because we are the managing entity for the designated state arts and entertainment district. There are grant funds that we can apply for there that are not available to other organizations, other cities that are not within that. And that is a small and elite group. There are 27 Main Streets in all of the state, and I believe 24 arts and entertainment districts. Don't quote me on that. I'd have to look at the number again, but somewhere in that area. So there aren't that many of us, and that means it's a small pool that we're competing with for those funds. But we have to be able to maintain our status as a Main Street program and the arts and entertainment district in order to make that function. And so those investments into the program help us to maintain those operations that keep that alive. It's also a way to facilitate the growth of our downtown. You know, so the more events that we're able to put on, like today's Arts Walk, like when we do our shop small season, or, you know, our other signature events, when we're able to partner with Frostburg State University and the Children's Literature Center for Storybook Holiday and things like that. You know, those are things that draw people to our downtown. Those are things that draw new businesses, that draw new residents. And that's all really important in helping us to have a very healthy economic development and growth in the area. And it's also a way for us to just fund new programs and operations that will assist local entrepreneurs, that give local artists a chance to display their work and get that out in the community. It helps us to continue these projects, like I mentioned before, the beautification, the public art projects, you know, making sure that we have, you know, we were able to get grant funds again because of being a Main Street program to purchase all of the equipment to do the cleanups. So it seems like a small thing, but we now have like 20 trash picker things and, you know, a ton of gloves and trash bags. And those are things that, you know, we were able to purchase simply because of being a Main Street program. It's also a way to cultivate community engagement. So we never want to hear there's nothing to do here, or, oh, we have to go to the city to find something great to do. And that's so not true. As we've seen today with all the talent that we have here, there is so much that's worth exploring in Frostburg. And that investment gives us the opportunity to expand our reach, to look for new ways to find, you know, new visitors, new people to attend, and also to reach the people who are living here and remind them, hey, you live in an amazing place with incredible businesses, incredible artists, and just an amazing culture. So that's also something that we really ask people to invest in as well. And of course, those investments go to help, you know, put on signature events like today. Our arts walks, you know, these are, like when we talk about our fundraisers, Pig Out in the Park is really the only event that we put on that is designed to try to gain some funds to support our operations. All of our other events, these are free events. All of our arts walks are free events. We try to keep our vendor costs very low because we want this to be a great opportunity for them. So by supporting the program, by investing in the FrostburgFirst program, you help to make sure that we're able to keep doing those things, making it free for the community, making it easy for our vendors and our businesses to participate. So those are just a few of the things that investment helps us to do. To find out more, you can explore the website at downtownfrostburg.com, or please stop into the office anytime. We're open 9 to 4, Monday through Friday. We're at 41 East Main Street, right next to Pet Wants, which is the easiest way to find us. And we would love to talk to you more about what we can do and what we can do to help as well.
Thank you. All right, we're just gonna review really fast. You're gonna be seeing these images a lot, hopefully, over the next few months, but we have investment levels for anyone in the community, starting with artist investors. FrostburgFirst directly impacts local artist opportunities around here. And so that, and again, it's a really reasonable request for an investment is $30 for artists. Community investors would be starting at the $40 level. And then we have some fund levels that we will get our names on a bulletin board or some kind of signage. We're working out the details, but Frostburg Fan would be starting at the $100 investment, Main Street Shopper at $300, and the Downtown Diamond at $500. That's that's pretty, I kind of want to be a downtown diamond. Need to figure that one out. So those are our investment levels for anyone in the community. And then we also have various business investment levels. Again, FrostburgFirst directly works with artists and entrepreneurs and businesses and entertainment. I mean, we're everywhere, like Visa, of the nonprofit world. So the Main Street fan for businesses is the $100 level. The bronze investor starts at a $200 investment. And then we have silver at $300, gold at $500, and platinum at $1,000. So we do have various capacities for giving back to our investors at different levels. And all of that is spelled out clearly on the website. So if you can, down at the bottom here, it says downtownfrostburg.com/invest. And we'll be posting links to that, and we have QR codes. It will just kind of be everywhere that we're doing. And so we're really excited to launch this investment program and to really see investment poured back into FrostburgFirst. And we know it's coming. We're excited to launch. So okay, let's see what the next slide is. All right, I feel like this slide is a little bit out of order, but again, your investment helps us to essentially build community in Frostburg by building people who are artists, people who are entrepreneurs, people who work and live and are part of this community, as well as tourists and friends and family who come, who are passed through Frostburg. So it just really helps us cultivate that thriving downtown. That is why I fell in love with Frostburg. I came here 4 years ago with my husband and family, and I lived a block from downtown, and I loved walking up for like every event, taking my kids around and just immersing myself in the culture of Frostburg. And it's always been just a positive experience. So I really want to help continue that. All right. Okay. I just want to introduce committees for the board and invite participation. Also going to surprise Joe by asking him to jump in here in just a minute. But as a board, at FrostburgFirst board, we have 5 working committees, 3 of which are pretty brand new. So we have the executive committee, which is made up of the president, the vice president, the treasurer, the secretary, and an elected member of the board. So that one we have full, and we are meeting, and we are just really looking at how we can improve FrostburgFirst kind of on the inside, and how to make sure that things run smoothly, and that we are building FrostburgFirst in a way that it can really continue and expand in years to come. And that actually started with like switching to the investment campaign and really getting out in the community and learning how to talk about ourselves. So that's the executive committee. We also have a promotions and marketing committee that is co-chaired by Dana and by Abby Linder of Madison Page Boutique. We have a pretty robust promotions and marketing committee that meet, and we have representatives from several businesses and also from Frostburg State University. And we really just are able to brainstorm and think about how to, what kinds of events are going to work well. And thanks to Dana, FrostburgFirst was able to sponsor a lot of Second Saturdays and Moonlight Madness events these last few months, and then also take a look and see like what's worth continuing in the future. So that's been a main focus of that committee. Joe, I'm going to let you talk a little bit about the finance committee if you have a minute, and just what we're looking for volunteers for this committee. I don't know if you can hear us.
Sure, Jenny, I'd be happy to. The finance committee is made up currently of me serving as treasurer, and Deidre, who is, of course, our director. but we would like to enlarge this committee more to look more carefully at the various kinds of funding opportunities that we might be able to take advantage of. And for that, we really need some assistance from people in the community who might be interested in serving, people who have a background in finance, who have a background in working with organizations that are like us, that is a nonprofit organization, and doing fundraising. And people who may have had experience doing the same sort of work themselves in a position, a job that they might have had. So we'll be seeking input from those who might be interested, and we'll be contacting some folks that we think might be helpful. But that's basically what we're looking for in terms of the Finance Committee.
Thank you. All right, we have 2 more committees to review quickly. We have a board development committee, and that is chaired by our vice president, Sarah O'Neill, and she has 2 board members working with her, Bill and Jackie, and they will be meeting by the end of this year to look at exactly what Joe was just saying. What kinds of opportunities are we seeking for board members in the future? And what kind of experience gaps that we're looking to fill to really expand the effectiveness of our work as a nonprofit board. And then the last committee is our advisory committee. And here we are looking for voices in the community to come and share their perspectives on what they know about Frostburg First, what they know about downtown Frostburg, what they want to see. We really want to emphasize an optimistic view of the future. I say realistic optimism. We understand there are challenges, and we want to hear feedback, positive and negative, but just with an eye to what can we do to improve? What are the things that we can control? We have had our first meeting. I am a co-chair of the advisory committee with LJ Bennett, our city representative, and she is fantastic. And we had a really great meeting with 2 new members, and we're excited. It was just a really exciting experience because we all got to, again, talk about, you know, where we've come from, where we are, where we're going, and there were some just great brainstorming ideas, and we really want to keep that going and add voices that we aren't used to hearing, especially people who haven't been serving on the board, and people who want to help us move forward. So we're always looking for more members on the advisory committee, and we will be getting out information on how you can help. I think I've been talking very fast, but we have a little bit of time for a Q&A. If anybody has questions, you can drop them in the chat. You might not have any, and that would be fine. We're gonna give you all a minute. Now I want mood music.
Right.
Like a little
or
Jeopardy.
you can unmute it. Or,
yeah.
I think it's pretty much.
Okay, well, that's all right. As we close up, we will monitor the chat, and if there's anything, we'll try to answer. I have on here, as this is our official annual meeting, we could have time to review any updates to the bylaws. I don't see any forthcoming, so I think we are okay there. But again, as the executive committee, we are going to be reviewing the bylaws in the coming months and see what adjustments need to be made there. So I really appreciate everyone for joining us for our annual meeting. We are recording, and we will have this up. Oh, thank you. That's like Jeopardy. It's an answer, not a question. Thank you, Sarah. How do I close this? Thank you, everyone, for joining. I think we're going to sign off from Frostburg First, and we are excited to continue to see you and work with you in the upcoming year. Thanks so much. I'm gonna end